Hello everyone, Michael H. Chave here from the Morning Coffee Review series, here today to give you a quick tip on how to modify the existing custom stamps from the Bluebeam webpage in terms of wanting to change maybe some of the verbiage that you have from the out-of-the-box stamps from the JavaScript window. So my job here today is to show you how to quickly go through and do that on your own. We did a Morning Coffee Review podcast on this. It wasn't recorded, so I wanted to give you a little bit extra out of that. And that's what this video is for. Again, giving back to you all in the community. If you do like this, please comment below, like, and subscribe. Again, that gives me more knowledge of what you all like listening to. Okay, so how do we get access to these? So let's hop on into Review and show you how we can modify the existing JavaScript window from custom stamps that Bluebeam has given to us. So first and foremost, I'm going to open up the browser. We can go through and download these essentially from the Bluebeam webpage. So Bluebeam custom libraries. There we go. So Bluebeam support.bluebeam.com /, is that backslash? I think it's backslash. Review-custom-libraries. So you can scroll down, you can click the stamps, brings you over to them. Scroll a little bit further. These are the custom stamps that you can select and download. When you select and download them, you get two stamps. One's a batch one. It says batch at the end. Well, the other one is not. Batch means when you've placed it, it's going to remember the information on the instance of Review that you have open. Some folks don't like that, but if you're trying to quickly place stamps on multiple sheets and you don't want to have to retype in the information, then you're going to want to use the batch. Now, if you're just doing it for a one-off, then you don't want the batch. So, okay, I've already downloaded those. I downloaded the engineering review. We're going to talk about how we can edit it. So how does this look when it's being placed? So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to go through to stamp. I'm going to place this stamp. We have approved, corrected, revised, rejected for information, checked by date. If we want to modify what these say, we can do that in the stamp itself. So how do we go through and do that? So first and foremost, you do have to have the complete version of Review in order to go through and modify this. What you're going to be able to go through and do is open up forms. So right here is the information that is being applied to here. The text that's part of this does not matter. You can delete this. You can move this around. It doesn't matter. You can change this however you'd like. I'm going to Control Z so we just see where those are going. And then you can change the logo however you want these to be oriented. If you want to move the forms locations around, you just open up the forms panel, which my forms panel, I forget what the panel looks like. So right click show. Forms panel is the paper which I have open. I know, funny. But if you click it, you can then select where it is, and then you can drag and move it over to where you want it to be if you're placing it in a different area. The one thing you do not want to edit from the forms field is the calculation window. Do not touch that. But from here, if I wanted to change this approved one to maybe my name, you don't have to change this verbiage in terms of what's here because that's just referencing to the JavaScript window that populates, but you can change that description somewhere else. But I'll show you both. So I'm going to rename this to Michael. You don't need to, but you could. Rechange this to Michael. But then when I go to Tools, Forms, JavaScript, this is the script code. If I wanted to modify it, I hit this edit, and we can see what is part of this. So we have the radial buttons down below that are approved. So this first one is the value that is going to be shown here. So this JavaScript for this form of a radial button, what it is it's showing that this first one that we saw was approved was now changed to Michael. So it will not be able to reference when it's checked because the value that it's referencing to does not match. It now says Michael with a capital I because, you know, I held shift too long. So M-I-C-H-A-E-L. So now it will work. But if I wanted to change the value of what it is, I can do that here in terms of what it shows in that JavaScript window. Same thing here. I'm not going to change this, even though this is approved, corrected. Maybe I want it to say ATG. And now when the UI populates, it's going to say in description, ATG and Michael, and it's still going to be able to allow me to select that value because this value here, referencing to the form when you click it, is still the same. But but you can go through and change that if you want. Same thing up here. So we have checked by. So this window is for the checked by window. It's going to auto default to the username by this syntax here. But if I wanted to not say checked by in the description of the JavaScript window, I can change that. So the field that it's referencing to, or the value that it's referencing to, is here. And I do not want to change that. If you did, you change it here and it needs to match the field value. But if I just wanted to change the description in there, I can say now it is CB for abbreviation for check by with a semicolon or colon, you know, hit OK again. And then when I go back into here and I get ready to place that one, stamp, engineer review, we'll see it. So now I have the revised information for it and I didn't save the stamp. You're like, Michael, you're wrong. And I was. I'm sorry. Let me save the stamp. I just right-clicked and hit saved. So now when I place it, it says Michael, ATG. It doesn't have the capital because remember, in the stamp, in that specific information that we showed up, which will go back into here, tools, forms, JavaScript, I typed this information as Michael down here without that capital I, but over here it showed it. Because that's just referencing this, right? Meaning the form field window with my name. But I wanted to change the description to look like this. So just remember that. This is the description in that JavaScript window that populates open. Same thing for ATG. Even though I didn't change this approved corrected, but I wanted it to say something different so that when they check it, that's what it's saying, right? And again, the values over here are just text. That's all it is. So when I go through and place it, I have ATG selected. It's not going to change the text that was there because that's manual text, just typical. But again, you can go through and customize the way you want this to look, as well as the JavaScript window information. We're not adding anything in here. This video isn't to show you how to add things. You're just modifying what's existing from out of the box from Bluebeam. If you do want a custom stamp created with added values, feel free to reach out to us here at ATG. We'd be more than happy to help you out. We did this on MCR. Maybe we'll revisit it back when we have MCR to add custom values. We may. So again, this video today is here to give you a quick tip on how to modify existing custom stamps from the Bluebeam webpage. Hopefully this was helpful. Please comment and like below. It really helps out. If you do have any quick tips you would like to learn more about, feel free to shoot them down below in the comment area and we'll create more quick tip videos. But for now, thank you for tuning in today, and I look forward to creating more quick tip videos for all of you listening in.